What's up, guys? Jeff with JTS here, and today I want to talk to you about two quick, easy ways that you guys can help alleviate elbow pain if you have golfer's elbow or tennis elbow or even desk elbow. Now, let me first tell you that pain typically is a focal point of pain is not the pain source. So the elbow is not the issue when we have a problem like tennis or golf elbow. The issue is actually tension created from either the forearm or the bicep or tricep or up even in the chest and pec area. So to help this, we don't want to just worry about the elbow per se, but this is going to be the pain source, okay? So what we're going to do here, I have two tools that I like to use besides my thumb. Now, the first one, I'm going to get close to the camera, but typically pain is caused because of tension in the forearm or tension in the bicep. So what I like to do is start usually in the bicep and just try and kind of feel around for some muscle that might be tight or tense. And then from there, so usually where it's going to be is kind of down in the belly of the bicep here. I'll just find that and I'll kind of release it. I also start to kind of work down towards the elbow, right? So right in this kind of 2 to 3 inch position right above the elbow. I'll just massage in there and get some loosened up tissue. The other thing here is also down in the forearm. I usually will see some problems right a little bit on the outside of the elbow. So center of elbow here. Outer, and then about 1 inch or 2 up. In that forearm area, you're going to have a lot of tension, especially if you sit, type, move a mouse, play golf, anything like that. Even if you're doing an excessive amount of pull-ups, chin-ups, anything like that, any sort of use of the bicep or too much bicep will create pain here. So we want to release that. The other thing too is we want to release in the back of the tricep. So I'll start to work kind of in that belly of the tricep muscle, right where you guys, if you guys can see kind of in the horseshoe area there. I'll release that, okay? The other area too, just in the pec, right? Inner pec here. So the shoulder, bicep, all kind of connect right about here. I want to release up in that bicep shoulder area as well as kind of in the chest area. Now, I also like to use a tennis ball. This is easy. If you're having a hard time, you guys can kind of just self-roll like I'm doing here, all the way down to the forearm. The other thing too is if you guys can loosen up that wrist, that's going to be really good for increasing mobility in the wrist, which takes a lot of stress and strain off of the elbow itself. So I'll just roll around, finding any points that might hurt. Now I've got a foam roller here, if you guys can see. I might even just put my arm there to give me two sets of pressure so I can get a little bit more load down into that. I'm just going to continue to roll through these positions and find out what hurts, okay? And then again, releasing the wrist, and also just working in the chest and shoulder, and even kind of working in the tricep. Now, if I'm having a hard time getting into the tricep, I might put myself up against the wall, put some pressure into it that way. Same thing with the chest. I might open up my arm, lay into a wall, or I could even kind of use this foam roller here, right? And I'm just gonna do some shoulder mobility while I'm doing that to help open up some space. Now, if we want to get a little bit more intricate or use a bigger tool, I can use my forearms, biceps here, and just kind of roll around with this, okay? So doing a couple just basic health tricks to your own elbow, bicep, tricep, forearm area will help alleviate some of that tennis and elbow pain you might have. Also, just doing some wrist mobility will help increase overall mobility in the arm, release some tension off of the elbow, and release some of that muscle that's actually causing pulls and pains in your elbow. All right, guys? So there's a couple tricks to tips, and you guys can implement right away to start helping clear up that tennis or golf or desk elbow.